Okay, so this is the beautiful planet we live on, and I use that actually to do my research. And this domo, which is the Italian word for church, I think, is in Italy. And you might maybe remember that I was building this little town. I can't type and talk. San Gimignano. Yeah, town in Italy, in Tuscany, near Siena, the province of Siena.
Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
Here it is, San
Ooh.
Gimignano.
Zoom in. Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
So I use this a lot, you know. Maybe gray, of course, no. I don't know if you ever saw it. Oh, I have to get used to the interface. How do I move the screen? Yeah. It's kind of, this is the north. This is kind of 1 kilometer, so like 600 meters.
Right.
This is where most people enter the town. There are gates, and the Duomo is here in the center. I can click on that. The church is about here. You see, there is this church.
Oh.
So I'm trying to rebuild this complete town, which are a lot of buildings. And
A lot of buildings.
So I started laying out all the streets first to know where they are and the dimensions, and then put little blocks instead of houses, and then I started working on the main building, and this was one of them. Yeah? The church. And not only the outside, but I also like to make the inside. There are beautiful frescoes inside and stuff. And there are of course all these big towers around it.
See those.
And this part here we will focus on now. I wanted to make this. So sometimes I take copies out of this. You can zoom in. If I click, this is the Piazza Luigi Pagoni. Pecori. You click on it, and then you get pictures.
Oh, nice.
So I can use these pictures to build it. And I wanted, one of the parts is this, and you see all these arches and bricks and stuff. So that's part of the church. So what do I do with all these pictures? I put them all in boards. So here I have all these San Gimignano boards. So this is San Gimignano, how it looked like in the 12th, 13th, 14th century. They made a scale model, and I have all these pictures. Well, you have drawings about the city. You have the construction types, the doors they use and the time, the way the people looked, the different buildings, palazzos, the churches, the gates, that stuff. So for each of these topics I make these boards, and this is the board for the collegiata.
Yeah.
Well, so this took like 4 or 5 years. Here, for example, where is the little picture? The picture is. Oh, you have to go to the piazza, which means. What do you think what piazza means?
Plaza?
The plaza, the square.
Yeah.
is it in the piazza? Oh no,
Court,
the piazza.
central courtyard.
The piazza is in front of the church, so that's not
Oh.
what I needed. And we have the New Testament. This is a kind of project for you, Gray, to make
Oh, yeah?
to finish my church. So here inside you have all these frescoes of the New Testament, which are put on a wall. The Old Testament,
Yeah.
which are put there, all the pictures. And each of these pictures have to be put on a wall.
Oh my. Mm-hmm.
But we were looking, I just did that before class. Oh, here it is, yeah? You see
Yeah,
here.
there it is.
This building, I click and click and nothing happens.
That's as
Oh,
big as we get.
we don't get it any bigger.
Okay.
But this is the one I have to make, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can see it here better, yeah?
Oh, that is better, yes.
So if you look, so you have to look at this building and say, okay, how is it made? So you see all these arches, these is it hexa? No, eight-sided pillars, yeah?
Uh-huh.
But you also see when you look at this, of course,
Octagon.
octagon, yeah. Of course, you look at it and you think, okay, I need
Strand has been there?
who?
Strand has been there.
How do
Why?
you know she's been there? Oh, there, I missed some
Well, she
text.
says, unless she's lying,
Yeah.
she just did it.
Well, I went there like a few years ago. I went there and we booked a room in one of these streets and for a week.
Uh-huh.
And I especially went there for this church because it was very hard for me to find out how the church looked inside. Yeah? So I went there to
Yeah.
make pictures.
Yeah.
But as soon you have to walk in there from this side, well, you see all these people there underneath, behind the bars, the iron
Right.
bars. And that's where the entry is for the church after you paid for your ticket. And as soon as I went in there through this door,
They said no pictures.
I took my camera and some nasty woman comes to me with, I think she had a mustache,
Uh-huh.
and she said, "No pictures!" I said, "Excuse me?" She said, "No pictures!" Yeah, but I had a ticket. No pictures!
No pictures. Wow.
I thought, well, because I just spent like 2 days driving for these pictures, yeah?
To get here, to take these pictures. Oh my goodness.
No, not allowed. I had to buy a booklet
Oh,
and use the pictures inside the booklet, yeah?
well, there you go.
Then I thought, yeah, and then I told her, yeah, but who paid for this church, yeah? The people, us.
Oh.
Us, the people, paid for this church. And now you tell me I can't make pictures of my own church? No. I was so
You tried
pissed.
to get technical with her.
Yeah,
didn't you?
I left the church and I said to Jesse, let's go, let's get some drinks. But after 3 days I went back in again. I thought, okay, and I got my notebook, a book with a pencil, yeah? And the same woman was there, and she looked at me, and I sat down on these benches, and I opened my little book, and I started looking, and I started drawing pictures. I
She
started,
said, no drawing. No drawing.
no, she couldn't say that. There was no shield saying no drawing, so she couldn't stop me, huh? Anyway, so if you look at this part, you see these bricks, but okay, Gray, maybe you see it. What do you see about these bricks?
Well, they seem to be irregular. They don't seem to be like modern bricks. They almost seem like domes.
Yeah, they're pretty new. They are bricks. Okay,
They are
they are
brick.
not. They are not the original bricks. They were 1,000 years ago, but
Oh, no, no, I wouldn't think that. No,
they
that's a pretty
renovated
modern.
the building. But yeah, first question is, of course, where do I get my bricks?
Yeah.
But you also have to see the bricks don't flow all in the same direction.
No, they don't. They're not regular bricks. They're
So
irregular.
no, I mean here they flow from, no, let's say from left to right, yeah, horizontal.
Yeah.
But here they flow in an arch, yeah.
Right. Oh, that's what Shanna was saying.
It's the same brick, but they flow in a different direction. And here
Yeah.
also, and here,
Different pattern.
and you have,
Dif-
I have another picture, I think. Um, I have here a other picture where you, where is it? All these pictures.
And yes, Shanna, you're right. That would complicate the recreation of that texture.
Um,
It's really two separate textures, isn't it?
oh well, it's the same brick, but just a different flow.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, same brick, same material, but it's in a different pattern.
Why can't I find? This is not it. This is the front. Here must be around here. Hmm.
Studied Italian in Tuscany. Wow, we have a world
Well,
traveler.
yeah, Italian is a nice language. But the picture is totally lost on me. I don't
Oh,
know. Anyway, it was the inside of these folds, of course, and these,
oh, I see.
and
How,
that's
how
also
about that one right there in the center? The that one right there.
this.
Is that the one you're looking at?
No, 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 no.
Okay, that
Uh,
kind of looks like the inside. Oh, but it's smaller arch. Sorry.
well, it's not here anymore. That's very
Oh,
strange. We have Testament, Last Judgment, Piazza. No, I don't think it will be there. Oh, no, well, here, yeah, well, here you see part of it. So this is
part of it.
inside, behind this, so there is a wall here at the end
Yeah.
of this corridor. So
Mhm.
this is the look when you come up to that end.
Okay.
So here you see these folds, yeah? So
Right.
here you see the bricks run here from left to right, but here from top, the other side, yeah? Like this.
Right. Right.
And here you have arches, same bricks, but they run differently than on this arch, yeah?
Wow. That's quite complex.
Okay, so this sounds to me like a typical UV problem, yeah?
Hmm.
Okay. So, what do we have here?
Huh. What do we have here?
This is that thingy, yeah? This corridor.
That's it right there.
I
That's
mean,
a reproduction of what we were just looking at.
I think so.
Yeah.
It could be, yeah. I think I made this.
I
So,
I agree.
this is the end result, yeah? I took that part and separated it out because it was kind of standing out, was total different material. And when something is a total different material and is kind of complex also, I separate it out from the rest of the building, yeah?
Mhm.
And then this is the end result. And where you see what I try to do is, so you have here, it's all the same brick, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Here it runs from left to right, but here there is this, how do you call this grade?
It would be an arch or a
No, this rim, yeah, this rim.
rim.
You
Uh-huh.
see you see here the bricks running like this horizontally along, and here they run along in a different direction, yeah,
Yeah, no,
from top to
circular
yeah.
arch.
And
That's very nice. You did that really well, Kai.
let's see if I, oops. So here you see, okay, this is like a different material, like here also.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you have two materials on this piece, and here you have the third material, and here you see the bricks running in this direction and here in the other direction, yeah?
Oh yes.
So you see the seams also. Maybe I
We do.
put
We
it
do
like,
see the themes.
put it
Yes.
like this. So how do you make, something is wrong with my mouse, gee. Doesn't want to work. So here we have the seams. So I made the seams, and yes, we are talking about UV and wrapping still. After this we will skip to the next topics, and that's LODs and uploading for Second Life. But I wanted to finish this one because here this
Select,
is a,
select one of your faces there.
Yep.
No, one of the smaller ones.
This
On
one.
the arch. Yeah. Now press your period on your numpad. Now try your mouse.
Yeah. Thank you, dear. So here you see this is an island of a seam, yeah. And why I made this island, because I wanted to be able to have the flow on this part different and also very easy to select with L one of these islands, yeah. Or I can select this part and then I just say, look at this from, face it, Control 3. So, and now I can just make kind of a picture of that and say, oh, this is gonna be one UV island from this direction, yeah? Okay, that's the idea. And the same I kind of do with this. I pick one of these arches and then I look, for example, from the bottom, yeah? From the bottom it looks like this.
Right.
And then you make a UV map of this part and you get this here. Well,
Gotcha.
not if you do it like this, but okay. And I show you the end result here, but that's not what you get when you start, yeah? You don't get an end result, you normally get no result when you start.
Right.
So, let's look at that. You made this mesh, and suppose, you made this mesh. So if you go to the, maybe you ever wondered where are these UV maps, yeah? They are in the properties bar under here the data properties, yeah? I think that's confusing. Even I talked to Flamey last week and she even didn't know this.
Yeah.
And
the
it's
data properties.
very easy to fuck this up, and then you think, why don't my plants look the way I made them? Because you gave Second Life a different UV map. And so normally, and I hope all of you will do the baking classes and the material. I mean, after the Second Life upload stuff, then basically the class is over. Then you know how to texture a thing, how to UV unwrap it, you know how to upload it. That's the basic step, yeah. But some people like to bake textures also, and then it gets far more complicated. And that's
Yes.
more like the optional part of these classes, yeah. And then you always need two UV maps. And you have to make them here. You see we have two of them here.
How
And
do we get those maps?
well, as soon as you make a cube,
Yes.
let's make a cube. Let's make a cube. Shift A. Oh, do I need to my screencasts? Maybe you like. I have them on. So you make a cube.
Uh-huh.
Mesh cube.
Gotcha.
If you edit the cube, you already see I have a UV map. But where
Oh,
is
there
it?
it is.
It's over here. It's in the data property panels, and there Blender made a UV map for you, and it is named UV map.
Yes. I'm
And
sure
there
you
are
could
two.
rename it. Mm-hmm.
You can rename it.
Uh-huh.
You can have as many as you like,
I see.
but you wonder, of course, why would I need more than one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you need more than one when you start baking, or when you start having different textures and different layouts, maybe for different type of things.
Right.
So there are, okay, so if you add one here, let's do that now. I add one here, we want to, and I normally call that SL map, or you can call it bake map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It made a copy of the one above. So these are now both the same.
Right.
Yeah, but if I change this UV map, make it like this, now they are different. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So if you resize them or shift them.
Yeah. So they are different.
Okay.
Okay. Now what happens? There are two things here that are important. The one you select here, which is now gray,
Mm-hmm.
that one will be exported to Second Life. Yeah? If you export this cube to Second Life and upload it, it will use this big map.
Whichever is highlighted. That's
Whichever is highlighted will be exported. Yeah? So that's very important, because if the wrong one was highlighted, you get a different UV map in Second Life, and then you might think, oh, what happened to my textures? They're not on the cube like I meant to, because it had to be like this, yeah?
Hey, right. That
But
makes
you
sense.
didn't highlight that.
Mhm.
The one you see, now let's go back to here, to this one, I have also two maps, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
One is the final result, and one is I call test map. If I edit my object and select everything, you see this, yeah?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And this one is different, yeah?
Indeed it is.
If I put here in material view, you get to see it, yeah? You get to see the bricks on it. But if I if I click here, the camera here, I get to see the other UV map, how that one will look like, yeah?
Yes.
So, do I want to look my object in Second Life like this or like this?
I would prefer the first one.
Yeah, so yeah, but this is how it starts out actually. So if I click this one here, highlight it, click on my object and say unwrap, and I just say reset, I reset and I have, why didn't it reset? U unwrap reset is all. Yeah. Now it reset the UV map, but only this one, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
This one still looks okay. Huh? This one now
So you
is
work with them independently.
so this is kind of how you start out, yeah? So you have unwrapped no, you didn't unwrap it, you have made all the seams. And now we have to unwrap it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I want this result to be like this. So if I select this island here, if anyone thinks like, I lost you, Kai, please say so. So I select this island, I select this map. I wanted to see it also like that, yeah. So this is what you get. It looks awful. Now I can, like for example, I unwrap this part only, yeah.
Yeah.
Now it unwrapped this island into this.
Right.
The others are still unchanged, yeah.
Right.
So now I see, and now I also want my texture. So I want to see my texture also behind the UV map. So I have to load in this texture. Let's see, which one would that be? Texture bricks, base color, yeah. This is the texture. So now you see it's overlapped like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can move it around.
Yeah, and orient it to the
And
way you
orient
want.
it, yeah, in any way I would like to. This part here, I want this front view on it, yeah. I want to face it straight on. So
Right.
I press Ctrl 3 in this case. And then I have it straight on. I select this island. And I say unwrap. But how do we unwrap? We say project from view.
Yeah, from you, yes.
And now it gets be the same
Yeah,
as the building, and now I can scale it up or down. Scale till I think, well, this looks kind of okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And the same I do with all these here.
Mm-hmm.
L, 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 L. I have all these. I want them to be straight like this, yeah? Almost like that. So I go to the bottom view. Maybe like this. Doesn't really matter. Yeah?
Okay.
They are now also lined up like this. And I say unwrap. Unwrap. Project from view. They all look like this.
Mm. That didn't do what I expected it to.
Well, what if I take them all? Why you think this looks kind of the same line as here,
Yeah.
but you don't like it?
It doesn't look oriented properly.
Yeah, in what way?
And the scale, yeah, there you go. The scale's just different, right?
The scale, yeah. So first of all, we have to change the scale, but we also see that it get kind of it doesn't look right here, yeah. And here it gets stretched.
As you projected it from the view, it bleeds over. It stretches.
It stretches. So if you remember, there was kind of trick to even this out.
I think there was.
There was, huh?
There was. There was a trick.
There was a trick. There was a text tool.
Yeah.
Rectify. Let's see what happens. Oh, it only takes one of them. Ah, bummer. Yeah, so I have to
Oh.
rectify.
Right. Uh-huh.
Oh, why this one doesn't want to rectify?
Hmm.
Rectify. Oh,
There,
mm,
there we go.
this one gets smaller. Do we? Oopsies.
If I test yours.
Something made a boo-boo, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my.
maybe I cannot, because I didn't do it this way originally. No, you can't take them all at once. No, that will mess things up.
Mhm.
Probably have to do it one by one. I take one. Oh, these are connected. That won't work.
Hmm.
L. This is okay. L. These are also connected.
Mhm.
That could be a problem, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know why they are connected. They're very small island. This one shouldn't maybe. Oh, the rectify doesn't work well here.
Ooh. Odd. Odd. Oh, it changed the scale.
No. Well, we have to. You know what? Maybe I should just do a. This is like the typical thing you run into. Then you think, huh?
What?
And then it turns out probably the project from view wasn't the best way to do this. Maybe I should have just do.
Do you ever do smart unwrap?
Only if I want specific angles.
Yeah.
If I really didn't make seams,
Yeah.
then it could help me to unwrap based on seams. So everything which has an angle bigger than 66 degrees, so sharp edges, will be a separate island. And you can set the margin between the islands. But no, mostly I don't use this.
Mm-hmm.
Or just unwrap it. And you see you get a way better result now. Yeah? But they are still kind of bended, so you have to rectify this.
Yeah.
Because there is still probably some stretching here.
Yeah. That's,
So let's rectify this one. Let's rectify this one. And you see they are not all in the same. Oh, this was the half one maybe. Rectify. Rectify this one. Now rectify this one. It doesn't really matter where they are. These even shouldn't be on the same position because I want some diversity, yeah? You see this one is here.
mm-hmm.
So now the next step would be place them anywhere you like. Yeah? Hang on, I think I have to log out from Second Life. Somebody is quit. Where are we? Here. But you see, I don't have the rim yet. Yeah, I want it because now it runs from here to the other side. Yeah,
Right.
but I want this part here till about here. I don't want to run that way, yeah?
Yeah.
My mouse is way too fast.
Kai, do you think it would help us if you know, your wall is beautiful and it's very complex, but would you like to show us like step by step from a new cube how to maybe apply two different textures? Would you think that would help us?
I don't know, we did the table last time.
Uh-huh.
Well, sure I would.
I mean, just
I
a
could.
few minutes. Nothing complicated, but just go from step A to step Z.
You mean how to put the texture on there?
Yeah.
I could. Anyone else?
I mean,
likes
I mean, if that's okay with you, I mean,
no,
that's what you.
I do.
I have a question, sorry.
Yeah.
You're not baking this texture, are you? You're just applying it in Second Life once you've got the model in there. Is that correct?
Right. So
Uh-huh.
when you look at this one here, you view this one. This looks good, yeah. But if I look at the UV map, it looks like this.
No way you can bake.
And
That's why I'm asking.
this you cannot bake, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
This will show the texture like this because Second Life doesn't really care in this case, you know, it will just kind of scale the textures according to this UV map, but it's not baked, yeah. You cannot use a UV map which doesn't
Overlap.
fall into the texture space if you're baking stuff, yeah.
Correct. It can't overlap. It can't be outside the grid.
Right.
Right.
So you got your, 1024 by 1024 brick texture in Second Life, and because you've mapped it out, when you take it in, it'll know how to scale that texture onto those faces.
Yeah, it will show it exactly
Okay.
like this, but nothing baked in it, and that's when you start baking. That's why you need a second UV map. Then you can kind of translate one into the other, and the second one is for baking. That will fall in this texture space, and it won't overlap. And that
Yeah.
way you can bake in shadows and stuff. This one is meant for this will have more detail. This is scalable. The UV map, when it's baked, cannot be scaled anymore in Second Life because
Correct. Yes.
but this one can be scaled, yeah. So you can in Second Life you can still say I want the bricks to be larger or smaller, and
Like basically texturing a prim, but you're doing it on a model, on a
Yeah.
3D model.
And actually, this would be the preferred way because if I can just give the game engine Second Life this texture and also give it the normal maps and the shadow maps and stuff as a material, then the game engine will generate the shadows and everything, yeah? Like it's supposed to do. But since most people still don't have these
High-end graphics.
yeah, these big graphics cards, they don't
Yes.
turn on ultra because normally you would say let the game engine generate the shadows
Yeah.
uh, and the reflections
Correct.
and the,
Correct.
and that's what you try to simulate with baking. It will make it faster. It will be less strain on the graphics cards than this complete rendering what normal game engine is doing.
Yeah.
So most people do this, yeah. They don't bake. They just put in and scale the textures and then they upload the shit, yeah. Okay, so back to the cube. Shall we do a cube?
Yeah, let's go from. I, I don't know. You could ask the class if that would help, but it seems like just going from start to finish might help.
Yes, yes, somebody shouts.
Musa.
It's quite a complex, you know, these arches and everything else. So
I
to
just
get to
thought
that point, you know, it's a lot of work.
that's it. That's it. And I think we're overlooking all the work that goes into it.
I can't imagine.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought you did all that in basic class, Gray.
No, I just barely touched on it, and many of these people were not in my class, so
No, I've come in very late to all
Yeah.
to these classes. So
Estrell,
mm.
do you mind me asking where you're from?
I had this conversation with Kai. Well, I was born in what was then Czechoslovakia,
Okay.
but lived for many years, most of my life in Australia.
Australia. Yeah.
Australia. So that's the accent.
I'm definitely picking that up. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm back now in Slovakia.
Oh,
I'm living
yeah.
here now. Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll pay you 1,000 lindens just to uh, call me and talk with me. Okay.
You don't have to pay me, but I'd be happy to talk to you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Why is that? You love her accent.
I love her accent.
Yeah, it's typical Australian. Yeah, it's more.
Yeah, real Aussie.
Yeah, way more fun to listen to. You know, my Alexa, she talks Australian. Yeah.
Does she?
According to the
Yeah.
CIA World Factbook, the primary language spoken in Australia is English.
English.
Languages such as Chinese and Italian are also spoken,
No.
amongst others.
Yes.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your feedback.
Accent on my Alexa. Oh, cancel.
Okay.
Thanks, I'm talking. Good.
Cube.
I'm sorry, girl. I didn't mean to hit on you here in Clinton.
No,
Perfectly fine.
you didn't
No,
mean to, but you did it anyway.
I have headphones in, my husband can't hear.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough, Gray.
Okay, back to UV unwrapping.
Yeah. Okay, so we started here with the cube. Now you tell me then, dear students, what you would like to do with this cube. What has to be on there? Any ideas?
Let's make the sides planks, wooden planks.
So you want planks on the sides.
Planks on the side, like a crate, like a shipping crate of some sort. You know, any plank.
Okay.
And then let's put a marble top on it. A marble-ish.
Marble top. So
Yeah.
let's, well, we can do it, you know, we can do that without even unwrapping, yeah?
Yeah, probably so. Yes.
So first,
do
we have
unwrap.
our cube and we go into edit mode, yeah?
Uh-huh.
And I put it here in material view. And now we go to materials.
Very good. Yeah.
So we don't have any material yet, and we want
We need to make-
two of three.
Yeah.
One for the top, one for the sides, and on the bottom has to be something else, or what?
Well, whatever.
So we click on plus.
Okay.
Here, new one.
No.
If you click on new, you get the default name material. So
Yeah.
we want marble. Yeah. Plus, and we want what? Blanks.
Plank. hmm
Any other things?
No, that's good.
Okay.
That'll help us distinguish the two different.
Okay. So where do I want my marble? Here, the top. So I select
On the top. Yeah.
I select the top, and I say
Mhm.
assign.
Oh, Okay.
Assign to marble. Marble selected, I say assign to marble.
Yeah.
Then I select everything else, Ctrl I,
Mm-hmm.
and say that those faces has to be planks.
Assign
Assign.
those. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
But now I need a texture, of course, for the planks.
Well, it doesn't look different. We need to
No,
assign.
it still looks pretty white.
Yeah, very white.
But these are white planks,
No.
and it's white marble.
No.
No, okay. So here below you see surface.
Surface.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see a white surface. The base color is white,
Uh-huh.
but I don't want white surface. I want a texture.
Don't want a blatant color on it. You want a
Yeah.
material.
Yeah. So this is the simple way. Yeah.
I would press
This
that
is
little yellow.
this is
dot.
not using any shader nodes.
Right.
If you know what shader nodes are.
I'm sure they do.
Actually, here it's the surface is made. You see a shader here. Actually, this is the shader, and you have to tell this shader, the principal shader here, surface, which texture to use, and you select the texture by clicking on this yellow dot.
Mm-hmm.
Click. Image. I want an image there.
Oh. Image texture. Ah.
Which image textures? As soon as I click it, it will add here new information, and I have to open a texture.
Yeah, I gotta go out and get that texture. Gotcha.
I don't want to make a new one,
I want a new one.
but because then it will ask you to paint one or to draw one or to generate one. But no, we want to open an existing texture.
Right.
And of course you have a lot of textures on your...
I'm sure they have them on their hard drive.
I have them,
Right.
yeah, somewhere on your system. I have them under my bookmarks. So if you click on any of these folders, you can add these folders to your... never mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Textures. You can hear
Right.
plus. You can hit plus and make new bookmarks.
Textures.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I have all my textures here, my library textures, and I want,
Very good.
what did I want? Planks.
Let's see. That would be
Planks,
under wood.
planks would be under wood, yeah. Planks.
Nice. Yeah.
Planks, we
Old-
want old planks or normal planks?
How about old wooden floor? You know that?
Old wooden floor planks.
That's interesting. Yeah.
This?
The one below it.
This?
Yeah.
Old wooden floor plank. Ah, now it's on there.
Yeah, it's on there, but
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not unwrapped yet, so it just puts it there in the...
right.
So what did it do now, actually? If we go to the UV editing, and I can put it here also in material view,
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that.
and I select this one here, you see it selected this part of the texture. Because if I select all the faces, these are all the faces here,
Right.
these are the ones that has to be wood. This is the top,
Right.
this is the top. Why is my texture? I can show the texture here also. Texture. This has to be marble, yeah, but so I can select the top,
Yeah.
but the top is marble and we didn't assign any texture yet to marble, but
Right.
it shows here where that face is in the UV map.
Right.
But I selected here as the background for my UV editor this wood texture, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
if I select these have to be wood, yeah?
Right.
Um, so I will select this one here and then do the inverse. Oh, that was the plane, sorry.
Yeah, there we go.
Control I, select the inverse, and now what happens when we scale this?
Yeah, I like that smaller scale. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and of course I want kind of, this darker, this, how do you call it? How do you call these,
That would be like a joint, maybe?
the
Or-
joints? I want to be a joint on the corner.
That looks nice.
So
Yeah.
I move this around till I have the joint on the corner.
Right. Kind of distinguishes the corner. Yeah.
I have to move it in this direction.
Right.
If I want to, this is okay?
Oh, that looks great.
Almost
Looks
okay. Or you want to run them in a different direction?
I think that'll do for right now. We know how to do it. We would rotate that, right? Just an R.
We have to rotate it. This
Yeah.
one here, we didn't do yet, yeah?
We haven't done that one yet.
Same principle. I
Okay.
go here, I go to the materials, I select marble, I need the texture,
You need a marble texture, I would think.
image texture.
Oh, yeah.
Open.
Black. Open. Yes.
So back to the textures, we go to what? We would need like stone, yeah, stone.
No, it's marble.
Yeah,
canvas.
marble. Oh, I don't have many options. I don't like marble.
Oh, but that second one looks really nice. Yes, yes.
And now I can scale this little island, yeah?
Yeah. It's a very subtle, it's a very clean.
You see, you also see that here in the UV editor, I still have the wood selected,
Yeah, I see that.
but the marble is shown here. So these are not kind of the same, yeah? I can show here whatever, I told you last time, I can show here whatever texture I like, yeah? Even what's not on there, doesn't really matter. It's more like a aid to help me scale these islands, yeah?
Yeah,
So
right.
I have to load it here, the image for the marble, also here in the,
There we go.
and
There
now
we
I
go.
can scale this,
Oh, no.
or I can just,
Oh, make it smaller. Make it smaller.
yeah, make it smaller, whatever, but I can
Make it more
do a top
concentrated.
view here,
Uh-huh.
and I say unwrap this, only this face, unwrap this face from view bounds, for example. Then it will
Take the whole thing.
take the whole thing, and now I can scale it anyway, also still can scale it, whatever,
Gotcha.
however you like it.
Gotcha. Is it showing up on the right?
Yeah? Does it show
It
you?
might be my monitor. I'm sorry.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Well, basically, you can make as many face of materials here as you like, yeah? For each face in the mesh, you can have a different material. You can't have, of course you can't use more materials than you have faces, but
And you can't have more than
well, I can, there are 6 faces.
yeah, but say you have a different shape, you don't have a cube, but you can't have more than 8 materials on an
Yes.
object.
Take texture limit.
Yeah. No, what I actually mean is you can't have two materials on one face, yeah?
No.
No, you wouldn't want to do that.
No, but here you can make as many as you want. but
Yep.
there's
You
of course this limit when you upload it
Mm-hmm.
in one mesh.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have more than 8, or well, you can upload a mesh with more than 8 materials, but it only will recognize the first 8. The rest is just ignored.
So I assume you would, chop up the object. If you had more than 8, then you could
Yeah.
upload 2
Well,
separate
there are
parts.
different kind of tricks, especially when you bake. You can, of course, I can put 2 materials. I could take this wood and this marble and put them into one texture. I go,
Yes, you can bake a combined texture.
yeah, so, and that way you have one material for Second Life, but you select them on the faces the wood part of that single texture, and on other faces the marble part of that single texture, and that way you can have it seems you have more than 8 textures on one object. Yeah?
Oh, I see. So if you created a texture that had like was quartered, like there was 4.
Yeah, 4 different one in this square, the wood, the
Yeah.
marble, some iron and some other stuff. Actually, sometimes they call that a texture atlas.
Texture atlas.
So, and then you pick in your UV map different parts you like. And that way you can actually make a lot of materials and pack them into one texture.
Available to one. Yeah, yeah. So like you could take 3 materials, and if they were all 4s, you'd have 12
Yeah,
materials really, but you'd only have 3.
right.
I got you. Oh, that's very good. Very smart. Mhm. Well, Kai, thank you for that review, because that to me that helps me. I need things repeated sometimes. It
Yeah,
seems like Shan
I know.
We all do, I think.
appreciate it.
It's the same thing I tell you about Domi. I repeat myself all the time, and still it's a problem.
I need to repeat myself less, to be honest. But we won't go.
So this was
Sorry.
yeah. Sorry, you had a question?
Yes. How is this, what's coming to Second Life, the PBR, how is that going to change or influence how we do the texturing?
You can use at the moment both ways. So you can still use the old way like you used to. You can still bake textures if you want to, and still only use the normal maps and the specular maps. Or you can tell the new viewer, I want to use the new PBR materials.
So will that be changed in the way you, so for example, when we upload our mesh into Second Life and we apply the materials there, the shininess, the bumpiness, etc.
Yeah.
Is that going to change how we do that?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So now, today, you upload the mesh and you upload these 3 different textures, yeah, for each material. The diffuse, the normal map, and the bump map they call it, and the specular.
Yeah, and those
The
results of that is so fine. It's really worth the difference. But Shanna is right.
No,
That
I mean,
a new class.
that's the old way, yeah. Those 3 textures.
Yes.
The new way will be, and you have to upload them one by one or separately, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You upload these textures. The new way will be, you upload your mesh with the material, and then that will be in the future. Yeah? Currently, the alpha viewer works like you upload just your material, so you have an option to click upload material, and then it will upload all these textures needed in one go. Yeah.
How nice. Very
But
efficient.
but the textures itself, they change. So you still have a color map. You have one normal map, so it's still the same. Um, but then you also get a what they call a ORM texture, which is ambient occlusion, roughness, and metal into one.
Mm.
So
And how is that created though? Is that from baking the texture and then creating it in Blender, or how? Is that complicated?
well, that's a totally new topic. How do you make a texture? I mean, how, like, it's the same as asking me now, okay, Kai, you use this brick texture, but how do you make a brick texture?
Yeah, that's a different.
That's
Fair enough. It's a whole different.
yeah, most people just download them, yeah? And that's in the sheets also. Of course, I can go to Polyhaven and say, I want a old floor texture, yeah, or old bricks. Oh, let's do that. Where's my...
And if you really want to be very precise, very particular, very artistic, you can all texture paint your.
You can of course paint
Yeah,
them,
that's another animal that I
or you
would
can,
like to know
or
how
you
to
can
do.
you can try making procedural texture with Blender or another tool. Anyway, but if you go here to Polyhaven and textures,
Oh, look! Oh,
and we go to
now you're getting me excited.
floors,
Okay.
floor,
Yeah.
floor, road, brick, wood, planks, here, planks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now what we see here, you see of course a picture of the plank,
Yeah, that looks like a deck.
but you also see here, this is the AO,
AO.
dus the ambient occlusion map you get, the diffuse map you get, the normal map you get, and here is this ORM map.
Oh.
It kind of, yeah, you think this is not what you're gonna see. You don't get an orange floor. Actually, these are three maps into one, yeah? This is the ambient occlusion plus the roughness plus the metal, yeah? And they are in three different channels of the texture, in the red, green and blue channels. They stored actually in each channel a different texture. And that's why it looks this way. But you have, once you're gonna use them in Blender, you have to separate those channels to get the different textures. You also get
Additional step, then, wouldn't it be?
you also get the displacement map, the height map, which currently you can use in Blender to shape your mesh. Actually, you can use this for two different things. And height map. This is actually a bump map. So the black means it's lower, and the whiter it gets, the higher it gets. Yeah. So gray is like average height, white is high, black is low. So these are the seams, the joints between the planks. Yeah, they are lower, of course.
Yes.
You could use this texture to either visualize it in a render in Blender, or if you have a very high density mesh, you could use it to actually shape the mesh. Which doesn't make any point, because you have a perfectly nice looking mesh, but you can't, you can't really upload it to Second Life because it's way too dense. And then that last one here, you have the, this is the roughness.
Last but not least.
No specular, there's no specular map anymore.
No.
Yeah, so there is I think there's metal roughness is also in here, but you also get it separately. AO you get separately. So you get all these textures when you download this, and then you can use them in Blender the same way I just showed you, and use them for baking, and then upload them to Second Life.
Very good.
But Shabbat, you can just download this one as a zip file, or as a Blender file, or as a Second Life material.
Wow. There you go.
This file here, you get here, the GLTF file, you can directly upload to the new Second Life and say, that's my material for my box.
I've heard this term, the GLTF. That's the new way of calling the PBR. That's what it is. Is that correct?
No. This is an OpenGL transform format.
Right.
So this is a format to exchange meshes plus their materials and the textures. The HDRI is something else.
No. Did I say HDRI? I meant the PBR. Sorry.
Yeah.
HDRI is the lighting.
Yeah.
Scenery and the lighting.
Talking about lighting, of course, well, that will come up, but they also have all kind of lighting stuff here.
That's the I didn't mean to say that. I said the wrong thing.
So you can use this to light your scene in Blender. Oops. Yeah, so this is where you get, this is the answer to your question, why do you get these materials? Here. Either this, or you have to make, like these guys did, or girls, one yourself.
Yeah, right. And Shanna's correct. There is an art to material creation. I mean, they can be rather primitive, very simplistic kind of forms, but you can get very, very precise and very intricate on your material.
I will show you one, if you like.
You got one that you made?
Yeah, well, I can show you how they are made, these things you see on the screen now.
Okay. Well, I think we would love to see it.
Open recent package, open last.
And of course there's procedural texturing as well, where you...
Yeah.
These are, what you see here on the screen, they are all procedural.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
You have to have a good imagination and a lot of experimentation to get it to exactly what you want.
You do. They look odd if you don't get them quite right.
Correct. It's just never ending, this stuff.
Here we go. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. It's scary.
This is how they are made.
Yeah.
This is this texture,
Yeah.
and this texture is the result of this graph.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, that just kind of numbs
So
my
this
brain.
this all is the shape. This gray part is all the shaping of the tiles and the shaping of the moss and the bird poop. This green part is all about the colors. This is all just coloring. This is shaping. This is normal maps, ambient occlusion maps. They all generated here at the end.
Oh my.
They come out here. You see all these different maps.
That's pretty amazing.
This can take like days,
I would think so.
weeks sometimes.
Yeah. And
But-
that's assuming you know how to do it.
And this level you cannot it's almost impossible to do in Blender. You can make simple ones, but not this.
So what program is that made in?
That was Adobe Material Designer or
Mm.
Okay.
Substance Designer.
Or Substance Painter?
No, that's another product. You have the designer of the material, and then you have the painter, which when you can take your materials and paint them onto meshes. So those are two different products. I use mainly the designer instead of the painter.
So you understand how to create that in such a complex form?
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you don't, you have to download them somewhere.
You can't do it, download it.
Yeah, I like doing it, you know.
Well, if you can understand it, yes, but
Well,
foreign language.
anyone can, I think, but you have to slowly, you know, start doing it.
Sure.
It's the same with Blender. Once you start slowly doing it often, and then you get the hang of it, and you get it more and more, gets more and more complex. Watch a lot of tutorials. And time. It needs time. Okay, Musa.
I might not have enough time left.
Bye-bye, Moose.
Okay, I didn't expect this topic would take so
I
long.
didn't mislead you or take you down a road that you didn't want to go.
Oh,
but I
no,
thought,
no. I don't care which road I go as long as everybody's happy with it.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope then I'll direct it to the class in general. I hope I didn't take you down a road that didn't need to be repeated. It's always
It's good for me. You know, some stuff I knew, there was new information, so,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's always something to be learned.
That's it. I think every time we go over it, you pick up maybe a little tidbit. Yeah.
And little light bulb moments as well, which is good.
Exactly. Those aha moments.
Yesterday,
Exactly.
I think it was yesterday, I
You're
published.
very well trained.
Am I still on voice?
Yes, you are.
Am I still the teacher?
No, I've taken note.
Okay. Yesterday I published the final, almost final version of the manual, the course material. And you can see there also, I will address these PBR materials, how to make them in Blender. So I don't think you need a complete new class. It will be included in the baking part of the course.
That's good.
Yeah, but when I don't know, you can already experiment it with it on the beta grid.
On the beta grid, yes.
I don't know when they will release it. Somewhere this year, I guess. But it's still a long way to go.
Yeah, can't wait. They really look good.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
thank you for the class. I need to go. It was good. Learned a lot, and I look forward to next week.
okay.
Ta-ta.
All right. See you later, guys.
Till
Later.
next week.
Bye.